chairman of Fox and News Corp, that's the parent company of the Wall Street Journal and other news companies. Rupert's son Lachlan is now taking over at both. And let's get the thoughts now of NPR's David Folkenflik. He wrote, as you may know, he wrote the book on Rupert Murdoch. Hi, David.
Hey, Scott. Good to join you.
You know, there are people who thought Rupert Murdoch might never retire. He's only 92 years old. Why now?
Right in the first flush of youth. Well, you know, he says he's come back and have a little more time to do the things one doesn't do, I guess, if you're leading an enormous global media conglomerate. We should note a couple of things. He is, as you say, 92. He has made clear that he'd like his elder son, Lachlan, to succeed him, and this allows a smooth transition as opposed to one that might be hasty and unexpected if, for example, he were to fall ill or be incapacitated in some way. And he's also, you know, just been a central figure at this huge scandal and crisis that engulfed Fox, and in which is in some ways still embroiled stemming from the claims of Fox stars that he knowingly allowed to falsely embrace then President Trump's meritless accusations that he achieved the 2020 race. And so for this combination of reasons, I think it's probably not an utterly surprising move that they would want to pull Rupert Murdoch a little bit out of the spotlight, even as, let's be real clear, he still controls the family trust that's atop everything, and that essentially has the controlling stake in these supposedly publicly traded companies, and therefore isn't really all that out of the spotlight anyway.
Stepping back, David, what a media mogul career he's had. Tell us about Rupert Murdoch's beginnings and how he built this empire.
If you love the guy, if you loathe him, you know, you have to take stock of the fact that he accomplished so very much. He was deeded effectively, you know, a small newspaper property in Adelaide, Australia, a lesser-known city on its southern coast, and built that up through sheer force of will, drive, ambition, and resentment into this property that had, you know, not only dominant stakes in Australia, the UK, and the United States, but also, you know, real presence in Europe, Asia, Latin America for a good stretch, and even investments in the Middle East. Why do I say resentment? Well, he was convinced all those decades ago in the early 50s when his father died that his father had been ownership of more media properties in some of the more important cities in Australia by some of his former business partners. And he stoked that resentment. I mean, his father had been knighted for service to the Commonwealth and the kingdom, but he nonetheless stoked this idea of